Hi, my name's Veronica, and today I'm going to be doing the reading habits tag. I was tagged by Mandy from Oh It's Mandy. Thank you so much for tagging me, Mandy. I absolutely love you to death. If you don't watch Mandy, go watch Mandy. It will be one of the best decisions you've ever made. This tag is really unique, and I'm really excited to be doing it because it focuses not on books, but the way that we read books and things we do while we read books, and I think that's really interesting. Let's just get started. Number 1 asks, do you have a certain place at home for reading? And I mainly read in my bedroom just because it's kind of my safe haven, but during the spring and summer I'll also read on my front porch. Number 2 asks if you use a bookmark or a random piece of paper, and most of the time I use a random piece of paper, but it's not exactly a random piece of paper. It'll start out as a random piece of paper, and then I'll use that on like 5 books or something, and then I'll lose it, but I will use the same random piece of paper until I lose that random piece of paper, and then I will pick out a new random piece of paper. Number 3 asks, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain amount of pages? I am capable of just stopping. I have to do that a lot at school, but if I have a choice, I prefer to read to either the end of a chapter or one of those little like segments, you know, where they'll pick some kind of little swirly design. And number 4 asks, do you eat or drink while reading? And I drink occasionally. I don't really eat while I'm reading. Ordinarily, I will either put the book down and go ahead and eat, or I'll just skip eating altogether to keep reading. Number 5 asks, do you listen to music or watch TV while you're reading? I listen to music sometimes when I'm reading if there's a lot going on around me, or if I just really need to focus. Sometimes I'll put on some, like, I don't know, go on Songza. If you don't have Songza, get Songza. And they have playlists, and so I can pick certain playlists that kind of help stimulate. And I think they have a playlist specifically for reading. Number 7 asks, reading at home or reading everywhere? And I pretty much read everywhere. Number 8 asks, reading out loud or reading silently in your head? Most of the time I read silently in my head, but I do read out loud occasionally. If it's something that I'm having a hard time grasping, I'll read it out loud so as to better understand it. B, if it's something that's not like modern, if it's older or something like that, and I have to focus more on either bigger words or words we don't use as much, or the, old English and stuff like that, I'll read that out loud to help myself process it. Or if I'm having a really hard time getting through it, sometimes it helps me to just read it out loud for some reason. Sometimes that'll like get me more into the story. Number 9 asks if I read ahead or skip pages. Not really. Occasionally I'll flip to the end of the chapter to see what the last line of the chapter is. But one habit I do have is whenever I get a book, before I even start it, the very first thing I do is go and read the last 2 or 3 sentences of the book. Number 10 asks, breaking the spine or keeping it new? And I absolutely hate to break spines. I used to not care, so that's why a lot of my like older books have broken spines. But I've come to care so much, and I don't know why. I just hate the look of a cracked spine. Number 11 asks if I write in my books, and I will. Most of the time I won't write in them until it's like my second time reading it or something, just to be 100% sure that I like it and I want to keep it. So like my Harry Potter books, my Hunger Games books, my Twilight books, they're all written in all over the place because I've reread them several times. But if I'm not sure about it, then I'll normally just use sticky notes. That way I'm not risking the chance of ruining a book that I don't want to keep. Number 12 asks who I tag, and I'm going to tag 3 people. I'm going to tag Giselle at Book Nerd Canada, Miranda at Reader Skeeter, and Troy Towell. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said in the beginning, I think this is a really interesting tag. So if you want to do this tag, go right on ahead and do it. Let me know that you did it. And if you don't want to do it, just tell me in the comments below some of your reading habits because they're fascinating to me. I will see you in my next video. I love you. Bye!